in the air, and of course this one not only on Sports Vision but on WYEN Radio in Des Plaines, Illinois, and we're happy to have you along with us this evening. Out front, Corzine, back on the right side to Ronnie Lester, into Orlando Woolridge, turns on Dantley, puts up the 6-footer off the glass and good. Woolridge has the first 2 points of the ball game. Into the forecourt, Ricky Green on the left wing against Ronnie Lester. Dials off on the left side to Ben Poquette. Poquette gives the ball to Danny Shays. Shays covered by Corzine down the left side to Ricky Green. Turns, unloads from 20. No good. Rebound battle inside. Ball out of bounds. Chicago ball. 2-0 Bulls. 11:27 to play of the first quarter. Ronnie Lester on the right side of the lane to Woolridge. Inside to Corzine. And as Corzine got to the ball, Danny Shays got to Corzine for the first foul of the ball game.
I was talking to Danny Shays before the game, and he says, I've got to just keep myself from those dumb fouls. And speaking of it, here comes one as he just reaches out as Corzine tries to slide in for position.
Woolridge to Ronnie Lester, swings around the three-point arc to the left of the lane, around a Greenwood pick down to the baseline. Lester 6-footer over the hoop, no good, but he is fouled by Ben Poquette. Well, Poquette picks up his first foul, second on the Jazz as a team. Ben Poquette having played in every Utah Jazz game ever played.
Sounds like a ton. What is it, 2 years?
Ronnie Lester, 72% from the line. That's the story shooting-wise for the Bulls in free shots. He hits the first of 2, and the Bulls move on top 3-0. I see you brought the A material to the ball game tonight, John. Once again, Lester hangs one in the twine, and it's a 4-0 Chicago lead. Into the forecourt, Ricky Green down the right side to Griffith. Daryl Griffith into Dantley, back out to Ricky Green, back on the right side to Griffith, up with the 10-footer, too long. Rebound poked up in the air by Corzine. He collars the carom and gives the ball in the backcourt to Ronnie Lester. Lester into the forecourt to the right wing to the right side. Daryl Griffith comes with him. The flip into Greenwood. Greenwood right of the lane against Poquette. Greenwood shoots over him from 12. No good. Rebound, Ben Poquette. Poquette sends it down the floor to Griffith, to Green, off to Dantley. Dantley moves in on Lester, put one up that never got there, deflected by Greenwood, grabbed by Griffith, and he drops it in. Daryl Griffith with his first 2 points. 4-2 Chicago. Ronnie Lester out front to Greenwood. He'll unload from the circle. Greenwood missed. Rebound, Danny Shays. Shays flips it down the floor to Ricky Green. Green, the bounce to Dantley, drives, shot blocked. Greenwood goaltending. Dantley gets the deuce, and the ball game is tied at 4. And they're also going to give a foul to Greenwood along with the goaltending.
Let's take a look. There he goes up. He knocks it away, and he does. He comes in and creates the contact. So Ed Middleton, standing right there watching all the action, is going to
turn that into a 3-point possibility.
Put Dantley to the line.
Greenwood's first foul, Bulls first. Dantley, as a free shot shooter, the best of the bunch, 84%. Utah as a team shooting 73%. Adrian Dantley with that purple number 4 on the home white Utah uniform makes it a 3-point play. And now Utah leads 5-4. Lester, lob out front to Greenwood between the circles on the left side to Theus, puts up his jumper, no good. Rebound ricochets outside, slapped by Poquette ahead to Green, a 3-on-1, scoop to Dantley, drives and scores. Dantley with 5, and it is a 7-4 Utah lead. Long feed on the right side, Woolridge, Poquette falls down, Woolridge goes in under the hoop and lost the ball on the shot. Grabbed by Green down the floor to Griffith. Griffith drives by Theus, put it up and in.
Well, yeah, boys of action, Griffith and Dantley doing all the damage.
4 for Griffith, 5 for Dantley, and it's a 9-4 Utah lead. 9:43 to go in the quarter. Ronnie Lester, right side of the circle. Out front to Corzine. Corzine pass into Woolridge, and Dantley over his shoulder, slapping the ball away, picks up the foul. Dantley with his first, Utah's third as a team.
The Bulls scored the first 4 points of the game, didn't they, Joe?
They sure did. And Utah has scored the last 9.
Right.
Theus outside the 3-point arc on the right side to Lester, into Corzine, turns inside, Shays, Poquette blocked his shot. Corzine will make that. Shays picks up the ball down to Poquette, right side Griffith, 20-footer, swing. 6 points for Daryl Griffith, and all of a sudden it's 11-4 Utah with 9:17 to go in the quarter as Woolridge drives to the hole by Poquette with a right-hand slam.
I don't think Poquette wanted to get away. Look at there, right back, Dantley down. Nobody picking up Adrian Dantley. They're running free. At halftime, Houston 49, San Antonio 48. Dallas 10-point lead, 51. to 41 over Washington at halftime. Detroit 64, Boston 63. That's halftime. Another halftime is Cleveland 50, Indiana 45. Atlanta trails New York. New York 68, Atlanta 62, and that's after 3.
And here it's 15-6 Utah with 8:42 to go in the quarter. Into the forecourt, Ronnie Lester out front to Greenwood. Greenwood to the line, into the lane for the 10-footer. Glass and good. Greenwood has his first 2 points, 15-8 Utah, 8.5 to play first quarter. Ricky Green into the forecourt of the left wing. One change for the Bulls. Dwight Jones has taken over for Corzine. Pitch into Dantley, double pump, hooks it up and in. Adrian Dantley with the 11, and it is 17-8. Right side, Ronnie Lester. Lester along the right side to Theus, whips the ball into DJ. Dwight Jones back out to Reggie. It comes around Griffith, puts up an 8-footer on the baseline, no good. Rebound poked out of bounds and back to the Utah Jazz. Corzine down scoreless, and Dwight Jones into play pivot. Green off on the right side to Dantley. Dantley deals out front to Poquette. Quick pitch under to Shays against Greenwood, who blocked the shot.
Offensive
and an
foul.
Offensive foul on Danny Shays.
Boy, I tell you, they used that play well to get the ball down in. They fired out to Poquette, and Shays just rolled down and got it low, but happened to throw an elbow into David Greenwood. Pick up the foul.
Ronnie Lester again against Green out front to Greenwood. One bounce on the left side to Orlando Woolridge up with a 12-footer. Good. Orlando Woolridge with 6, and it's 17-10 Utah. Darrell Griffith, 4 courts for the Utah Jazz against Reggie Theus. Unloads from 20 feet on the right wing, and it's nothing but net. 8 points for Griffith. 19-10 Utah. Out front, Lester. Lester gives the ball to Greenwood. Greenwood off of the right side to Woolridge. The flip to Reggie Theus. Turn, shoots over Darrell Griffith. Shot no good. Rebound Ben Poquette. Clears it out to Ricky Green. Green the bounce to Griffith. Drives, put it up, and blocked by Woolridge. To Theus and ahead to Lester into the forecourt. Bulls have the ball back after some kind of spectacular defense. And then Ronnie Lester bounced the ball down to the baseline and out of bounds. It gives it back to Utah. Ricky Green calls the play, brings the ball to the forecourt. 7:05 to play in the first period. Green goes left to the circle, bounce down in the left corner to Griffith, under to Poquette. His shot is short. Rebound. Dwight Jones out to Lester. Lester coming down the middle of a 3-on-2. A lob pass deflected away from Woolridge and out of bounds. It'll be Utah ball. Oh, Darrell Griffith with some good hustle to turn that play around. Will inbound now for the Utah Jazz. Griffith takes the ball into the forecourt. Left side to Poquette. Poquette with 6:45 to go in the quarter, outside to Shays. Shays off of the left side to Griffith. The ball stolen by Reggie Theus. Theus coming against Ricky Green, who pokes the ball away, and Poquette picks it up. Right side, Danny Shays up with a 6-footer, no good. Rebound, Dwight Jones. Jones out to Ronnie Lester. Lester straight down the middle into the forecourt to the top of the key. Lester comes off to the left side of the lane, down to the baseline. Lester flips the ball to Greenwood. Greenwood inside, 4-footer, rolls across the rim, no good. Rebound, banged around, grabbed by Poquette. Out to Green. Green down the floor, give to Dantley. Drive, scores with the right hand.
Oh, Orlando Woolridge, you better turn your head and take a look where he is. He's taking you right to school. That's 13 points for him. He's taking him inside, outside, and down the court in a hurry.
21-10 Utah. Theus on the left wing. Theus working along the left side against Darrell Griffith. Bounce by Dwight Jones. Finally retrieved by Greenwood. Back to Theus. Left of the lane. Fadeaway shot. Reggie hits. Theus gets his first 2 points of the ball game. And it's 21-12 Utah. 5:45 to go in the period. Green walks the dribble into the forecourt. Goes top side to Dantley. Dantley top of the key against Orlando Woolridge. Dantley holding the ball high over his head, deals down to Poquette, turns around to the lane, drops it off the iron, no good. Rebound, Greenwood out to Theus. Theus came in right down the middle, down to the circle, to the line, to the lane. Reggie lays it up and in. Reggie Theus has 4 points.
Well, he gets you running sideways or backwards, Joe, and it's all over.
Oh, a 11-point lead reduced to 7, 21-14. Ricky Green with the ball, 5:15 to go in the quarter. Green at the top of the key, goes into the lane against Lester, off to Poquette, left wing, 15-footer. Ben Poquette hits.
I was just going to say, it's been the Darrell Griffith Dantley show. Poquette knocks one in from the twilight.
The first of the Jazz, other than the 2 that John mentioned, to score a point. 23-14 Utah. Lester on the right side to Dwight Jones, out front to Greenwood. Greenwood in the circle against Danny Shays. Gives the ball to Reggie Theus. Theus against Griffin. Comes around Dwight Jones out on the right side. Theus still with the dribble into the corner. Tries to bounce inside. Whistle and a foul. And the foul's going to be on Danny Shays. Shays with his 3rd foul, John.
You see Reggie trying to get the ball down now. Good position by Greenwood. He holds off Danny Shays, and Shays picks up number 3 and gets a quick trip to the bench, and Jeff Wilkins replaces him.
Jeff Wilkins out of Illinois State. Mark Olberding and Quentin Daly have taken spots in the lineup now for the Bulls. Lester down the right side of the lane against Wilkins. Goes inside and put it up and in. Now Lester with 4 points in the ball game, 23-16. Green the other way, right down to the baseline on the left, covered by Olberding and a switch. Now Lester covers him up, back out to Poquette. Top side to Dantley. Dantley in the circle, unloads and hits over Olberding. Dantley with a 15-point first quarter, 25-16. Lester right side to Olberding. Olberding out to Corzine. Corzine right of the circle, left wing to Lester. Lester up with a long jumper, off the iron to Dwight Jones. Jones muscles it back up. Hook, no. Foul on the battle for the ball. Got Dwight Jones and Ben Poquette both on the floor, and the foul's going to be on Ben Poquette.
Big guy's getting in trouble. This is number 2 here. The shot comes off the ring. You see DJ go up and get it. He comes down now, tries to post up and go back, and Poquette comes in with the ball, and they both tumble in a pile when they get up. DJ will be at the line to shoot his first 2 free throws.
Dwight Jones averaging 4.5 points per ball game on the line. On the season, Dwight has hit 64% of his shots. 25-16 Utah. Dwight hits the first of 2. Jerry Eves, a third-round draftee out of Louisville, a 6'3" guard, is coming to the ball game to take the place of Ricky Green. Ricky Green sitting down scoreless thus far. Came in averaging 15-5. DJ split the pair, the miss of the second, rebounded by Poquette into the forecourt to Griffith. Bounce to Dantley. Dantley against Olberding. Back to Griffith. Drives, missed the layup. Rebound Corzine. Corzine ahead to Lester. Lester down to the circle, to the line, to the lane. Lester skids to a stop. Eves covers. Now out to Daly. 12-footer up off the rim, no good. Rebound Corzine and a loose ball foul on Dave Corzine.
Well, now we're going to see Man Mountain Dean come in the game here. There he is, the young man, Mark Eaton from UCLA. 7'4".
He's averaging 1.3 points per ball game. He did not score in the ball game in Chicago. He's in the top 10, however, in blocked shots.
It's amazing. 1 every 5 minutes. He didn't play that much, but he's 8th in blocked shots.
Eaton out front, deals an elbow to Corzine and unloads the long pass, and Griffith puts it in the hole. Well, Griffith now with 10 points in the ball game, and it's 27-17. Left side Daly out to Corzine at the line. His 15-footer didn't go. Rebound Dantley. Dantley sends it out to Eves. Eves over the timeline to the line to the lane on the right side. Griffith for a 3. Got it! 13 for Darrell Griffith, and the Jazz move out to a 13-point lead at 30-17. Lester left side to Daly, top to Corzine, bounce into the lane to Olberding, and he's in there too long. 3-second violation, gives the ball back to the Utah Jazz. And at the moment, John Kerr, nothing is going right for the Bulls.
No. Well, if some awful long shots that they're popping in now, I mean, if they live with that sword, that's the way you can die with it too. Dantley is getting his underneath, most of them underneath, but Griffith going to work on the outside.
Frank Layton wanted to put a sub into the ball game, couldn't do it during that violation, and so Green will stay on the sideline. Eves on the right side to Griffith, now to Dantley, comes around Corzine, puts up an 8-footer, hits the rim twice and falls in. Dantley has 17 points in the ball game, 32-17. Dantley has matched the Chicago Bull output, 2:49 to go. Into the circle, Lester out on the right side to Quentin Daly. Daly against Griffith into the lane, and a shot blocked by Eaton. He not only blocked the shot, he blocked the shooter and never moved doing it. Timeout. Back at the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, Utah, where the Utah Jazz have opened a 32-17 first quarter lead with 2:41 to go. And John, Adrian Dantley with 17 points in the quarter is 8 of 9 from the field.
He's got it on automatic, but Joe, tell me, give me the top 4 scorers for the Utah Jazz.
All right, number 1 is Dantley, number 2 is Griffith with 13, number 3 is Ben Poquette with 2, and there are 7 guys tied with zip.
That's a night's work for some guys. 17 for Dantley. He's well on the way to his 30-point scoring average, and Darrell Griffith at 22 is pretty close to his. He not only has 6 field goals, he's got that, one of them is a 3-point play.
Reggie Theus Back in at guard with Quentin Daly. Corzine in the middle, flanked by Olberding and Jones. And the Utah Jazz are operating with Eaton at center. Wilkins moves to forward with Dantley. And the combination at guard now is Ricky Green and Jerry Eves. Olberding baseline left, flips the ball into Theus. Theus against Eves, turns twice, unloads, good. Theus with 6, 32-19. Bulls are 8 of 20 from the field. The Jazz 15 of 23. Green on the left side to Jeff Wilkins. Wilkins out to Eaton. Eaton against Corzine. Eaton again deals the elbow right to the jaw of Corzine. Eves comes down the baseline, put it on the rim, no good. Rebound Adrian Dantley, one bounce back of it. 19 for Adrian Dantley, and there's still 2:13 to go in the quarter. Out front, Daly to Olberding, into Dwight Jones, turns on Wilkins. Eaton blocked the shot from behind. Grabbed by Green, down the floor to Eves, deals it off to Dantley, who scores. 19 for Adrian Dantley. That's got 21 now. 36-19. Out front, Corzine. Corzine checked by Eaton. Gives the ball to Olberding, shoots to the circle, no good. Rebound, Wilkins bangs it outside, picks it up. Wilkins into the forecourt, comes down the right and stops. Wilkins deals it over left side to Eves, long jumper, hits the rim, hits it again, and falls in.
What kind of a day is it?
That one had a magnet in it. 38-19 Utah. They are having an unconscious first quarter. Alley-oop pass from Daly, intended inside, knocked down by Green. We have a whistle and a foul.
Eves with the foul, trying to check Reggie up underneath. You know, 38 points is enough for a quarter. Get 38 with a minute and 25 seconds to go.
Rod Higgins and David Greenwood check into the Chicago lineup. Ben Poquette is on for the Utah Jazz. I will tell you at this point, though, folks, do not despair. I saw the same thing happen here last year with the New Jersey Nets and the Utah Jazz. The Jazz moved at one point to a 45-21 lead early in the second quarter, and the Nets came back and knocked them off. Reggie Theus, victim of that last foul, standing at the line, hits one and missed the second. 7 points for Reggie, and it is 38-20. Ricky Green to the forecourt, right side to Eves, into Poquette, swings around Higgins, puts it up and in. Poquette with 4. Normally very hard to figure out how he could score 30 in a game as he did earlier in the year, but once in a while they'll give you a move like that and you figure, hey, that's how he did it. Here's Daly into the lane, up with a 6-footer over Eaton and got it home. Quentin Daly gets into the scorebook. 30, make it 40-22. Right side, Ricky Green hammers it to the rim. No, Olberding the rebound out to Theus. Theus coming into the forecourt against Green. Turns, deals to Higgins, who dropped the ball. Loose on the floor. Green grabs it, gets it out to Poquette, down the floor to Eves. Eves, 1 against 2, goes top of the key, right wing, right side against Olberding. Gives the ball to Eaton. Eaton shoots from the line. No good. Off the rim to Greenwood. Outside to Theus. Theus coming into the forecourt. Green falls down. Theus hangs onto the ball, gets it over to Greenwood. Left side, Olberding open for the jump shot. Olberding hits it. Olberding with his first 2. 40-24 in favor of the Utah Jazz with 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Green walks the dribble up to the forecourt. Out front with 14, 13, 12 and counting. Green the bounce over on the left wing to Eves. 9, 8, 7. Now Eves drives across the lane, back out to Green. 4-3-2, right side Eves, 22-footer. Nope, but he was fouled on the shot as time expired.
Dumb foul. What a dumb foul. A guy making a 3-point play to beat the clock, end the quarter, and the guy hits on the top of the head.
Mark Olberding, the guilty party.
Shot goes up. Comes right down from behind to get him. I'm sure he would want that one back.
Yes. Eves, 2 points in the ball game, goes to the line for the first time. Jerry, 5 of 6 at the stripe for the season. 40-24 Utah with 1 second to go in the first quarter, and Eves rattles the rim and misses the first.
He may come out of this with no harm, but still not a good foul.
Eves ready. Left hand's the second one up and in. Eves gets his 3rd point. And it is Daly wide right on a court-long heave as the first quarter is over. Johnny Kern, yours truly, Joe Tate of the Salt Palace. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls are having a rematch with the Utah Jazz. And well, let's face it, John, the first quarter was something bordering on a nightmare. We got our first final of the night, John. Atlanta came back and beat the Knicks 80-79. That was at Atlanta. And it looks like Cleveland's going to win number 3 tonight. Put some pressure on the Bulls. They're whipping the Pacers pretty good. 81-67 at the end of 3 in Cleveland.
Well, you like to see people, somebody's got to lose in that division.
Well, into the forecourt, it's Green on the right side to Griffith, into Eaton. Eaton goes with a big sweeping left-hand hook, no good. Wilkins' return shot is no good. And the ball picked out of the crowd by the Bulls. Down the floor goes Woolridge. He drives, lays it up, and in. Orlando Woolridge has 8 points in the ball game. And the Bulls trim it down to 41-26. Ricky Green to Wilkins, back to Green. Green lobs into Jeff Wilkins. Wilkins right of the lane, back out to Green, right back into Wilkins, right back out to Green for the jumper. Good. Green with his first 2 points in the ball game. On the left side, Daly. The bounce inside to Woolridge. Woolridge left of the lane against Wilkins. Turns, makes his move into the lane, puts up a 4-footer, blocked by Eaton. Woolridge ends up flat on the floor. Green with the ball down the floor, deals to Griffith, who lost it, got it back, put it up, no good. And as Poquette battles David Greenwood for the ball, he gets a foul for the effort.
That's third foul on Poquette. Watch the pass here. Daly breaks it up and flipped off over the basket. As you see it come down here, David Greenwood's inside. Poquette comes over the top of him, and I want to tell you something. They can sit Poquette down tonight, and Danny Shays and this young man, Mark Eaton, is doing quite a job, Joe. He got 3 block shots already.
We've also got a change in it forward. Woolridge unloads on the left side, no good. Eaton controls the rebound, down the floor to Green. Green underneath to Wilkins, tried the alley-oop. He was too deep under the hole.
Watch this.
Down the floor goes Theus against Eaton, and Eaton fouled him. Theus didn't get the ball to drop of the shot, however.
You know, Joe, when I was saying watch this, you could see it coming in. You could see in Reggie's eyes saying, how am I going to go about this? Look at him. He sees, he looks at this big guy and says, oh, going to go up this way, down, under, sideways, schoolyard.
That's
Draw
right. 2
fouls.
Reggie Theus, 1 for 2 at the line in the first quarter, has 7 points in the ball game thus far. It's 43-26 Utah, 10:33 to go second quarter. And Reggie spins the first one in the hole and has 8 points in the game. 43-27. Utah did lead by 20 briefly late in the first quarter. Theus hits the second toss. That makes it 9, and it's 43-28 Utah. Ricky Green into the forecourt to the right side to Griffith. Long toss, too long. Rebound Greenwood. Out to Daly. Daly coming straight down the middle against Griffith. Bounce to Higgins, and Higgins lost the ball, but it bounced out of bounds off Green.
That's going to cost him. Griffith is just relies too much on getting his points from the outside. He's a good shooter, but those are terrible shots.
Higgins gives the ball to Daly. A turnaround on the left side of the forecourt, no good. Higgins slaps the ball back outside. It's grabbed by Dantley. Gets by Theus down the floor. Drives. Goaltending. Woolridge hammered it on the glass.
Green gets the hoop, but I want to tell you something. Was Orlando up on that play? He had to hustle to get back. As it goes up the top, he just flat slaps it against the board. Ricky Green picks up his second hoop.
45-28. Quentin Daly brings the ball into the forecourt. Goes to the left sideline against Ricky Green. Daly out front to Greenwood. Greenwood left to the circle. Greenwood 1-2 bounces against Mark Eaton. The alley-oop under to Higgins. Put it up and in. Higgins has his first 2 points of the ball game. And it is 45-30. On the left side, Ricky Green deals underneath to Dantley, and Dantley was fouled as he turned with the ball.
Now that was a classic act of Dantley moving without the ball, looking somewhere else. You take a look, he looks somewhere else. Rod Higgins just turns his head for 1 minute before you know it, it's underneath. He hangs, protects the ball. David swats it away, but too late. Dantley to the line for 2.
Dantley has 21 points of the ball game. At the line, 1 for 1, 45-30. Dantley puts the first toss up, in, out. Adrian looking for his 22nd point of the night. Freeman Williams checks in now to the Utah lineup, averaging 4.3 a game. Replaces Eaton. That'll move Wilkins back into center.
They don't want to let the Bulls get too close. This is not a learning game for this young man, Mark Eaton, but it well could be this early, Joe.
Dantley at the line. Puts it in the air. Right there. 22 for Adrian Dantley, and it's 46-30 Utah. Right of the lane, Quentin Daly up with a 10-footer, no good. Rebound banged around to the middle. Greenwood slaps it again, gets control, whips to Higgins, who put it up, didn't get it in, but Wilkins fouled him. Jeff Wilkins picking up his first foul, and on Utah 3 as a team. And that'll put Rod Higgins to the line. Higgins, the second-round draftee for the Chicago Bulls out of Fresno State. One of the better free shot shooters at 85%. We'll find Rod this week in the top 10 in free shot accuracy in the NBA. And he adds to that with his third point of the ball game. 46-31, 9:29 to play in the first half. Again, Higgins aims and fires. Good. Rod Higgins with 4, trims it down to 46-32. Ricky Green into the forecourt, down the right side to Freeman Williams, back to Green. Right down the right side again, this time to Darrell Griffith. Back out to Green. Left wing to Freeman Williams against Theus to the baseline. Freeman Williams fadeaway is good. Freeman Williams with his first 2 points. 48-32, Utah. Left wing, Quentin Daly. Daly stops out to Higgins, into Theus in the lane, turns left, flips it up and in. Theus with 11. 48-34, long feed to Griffith. Skids to a stop, gets open for a shot that is then blocked by Greenwood. Loose on the floor, retrieved by Higgins. Bulls get it back.
Good job by David Green. He's playing a heck of a ball game here defensively.
Daly to Higgins. Higgins at the top of the key. Higgins into Quentin Daly. In under the hoop, shot blocked by Wilkins, grabbed by Woolridge, walked with the ball.
He sure did. They caught him.
He stuffed it, but it won't count. 48-34 Utah, 8:38 to play in the first half. Up to the timeline, Green to Dantley. Dantley right of the lane, turns to his left inside, flipped it up with the left hand and good. 24 now for Adrian Dantley. The 50-34 Utah. With the basketball, Greenwood. Greenwood inside to Higgins. The turnaround toss didn't go. Rebound picked off by Wilkins. Wilkins out to Green. Green down the floor. Heck of a bounce to Dantley, who drives and scores.
He's going to get his 30 in the first half, Joe.
He's got 26 of them right now. 52-34 Utah. Quentin Daly working against Ricky Green. Right side to Orlando Woolridge. Lob under to Higgins. Put it up and in. Rod Higgins, 6 points in the second period. 52-36 in favor of the Utah Jazz. 7:44 to play in the first half. Ricky Green with a basketball on the left side to Griffith, back to Green. Green out front to Griffith. Griffith inside to Dantley. Sweeps around Woolridge. Put another one up and in. 28 for Adrian Dantley, and Chicago's going to take another timeout. That's 13 of 14 from the field for Adrian Dantley, and he is on his way to a great night. Let's take this timeout. The Jazz 54, Bulls 36. Ronnie Lester and Mark Olberding back in the lineup. So the guard combo is Theus and Lester. The forwards are Olberding and Woolridge, and David Greenwood playing center.
43 is his high this year.
52, I believe, is his pro high. Did that against the Lakers.
Rings a bell.
Now the Utah Jazz counter with Ricky Green and Darrell Griffith at the guards. Freeman Williams at small forward. Of course, he's kind of filling the bill now in a relief role for John Drew, who is away from the ball club for personal rehabilitation. And the center is Big Jeff Wilkins. Woolridge to Greenwood to the hoop to Theus. And Theus has 13 points in the ball game as they got the Jazz defense spread all over the floor. Left side, a long toss by Freeman Williams didn't go. Rebound grabbed by Greenwood to Lester, down the floor to Theus, and the ball knocked away by Ricky Green, and Green is guilty of the foul for the effort. Ricky Green's first foul, John.
Reggie catches it on the wrong side. The pass was behind him as he turns around, trying to take the offensive foul. Ricky Green reaches his hand in, picks up the foul for his trouble, and that's number 1 on Rick I've got. Right, Joe?
Yep. Jackson, who's into the ball game, Tracy Jackson, gets it into Lester. Lester works down the left side. A jumper over Jeff Wilkins didn't go. The rebound is Adrian Dantley with Orlando Woolridge on his back.
Woolridge picks up the second. He tried to follow that Ronnie Lester shot in and came right over the top of Adrian Dantley.
Second team foul on the Bulls, first on Orlando. 6:51 to play, second quarter. Into the corner goes Darrell Griffith for a 3, and he just hit another one. Darrell Griffith, who nailed one in the first quarter, has 2 for the game. Feed inside Woolridge, and as Woolridge went up for the shot, Jeff Wilkins got him in the arm. Jeff Wilkins with his second foul.
Hope they don't get confused out there, and all those Notre Dame players. Wilkins just comes in and smacks Orlando Woolridge, and he's going to go to the line first time. He has not been there, and Jeff Wilkins picks up his second.
Woolridge, 69% from the line, 57-38 Utah. Woolridge missed a free shot. Let's see, in three-pointers, Griffith has now hit 10 of 28. Best of the Bulls in that department is Reggie Theus on 11 of 23. Griffith, Green into the forward court, cuts down the left side of the lane against Lester, bangs one up at the rim, no, got his own rebound back, ball slapped away, and last touch by Ricky Green.
Funny statistic is that you see Daryl Griffith taking those during the game, you know, just getting the shot, moving out there. Reggie's made some under severe pressure at the end of the game, Joe.
That's right. Ronnie Lester drives the other way, gives to Woolridge. Woolridge in under the hoop, lost the ball. 6:23 to go in the half, 57-39 Utah. Freeman Williams into Ricky Green. Green takes the dribble into the forecourt of the left wing against Ronnie Lester. Out front to Freeman Williams. Williams top of the key, left of the circle to Jeff Wilkins. Wilkins against David Greenwood, off of the left side of Ricky Green. Green lob into Wilkins, back out to Ricky Green, right back into Wilkins, left of the lane, back outside to Green, 20-footer out front, off the rim, no good. Rebound David Greenwood. Greenwood to Ronnie Lester. Lester coming into the forecourt to Olberding on the left side, checked by Freeman Williams. Back out to Lester. In the lane to Tracy Jackson, a 10-footer up off the back of the rim, no good. And a loose ball foul on the Bulls. David Greenwood. That's Greenwood's second foul. Third on the Bulls as a team. 57-39, 5:50 to go in the first half. On the top of the circle, Dantley against Olberding into the lane, stops, bounce, Wilkins bobbles the ball, picks it off the floor, gets it back out to Dantley. Dantley on the far left, drives into the lane, put it up with the right hand, hangs it on the rim, and in it goes. Dantley now with 30 points in the ball game. Long feed to Woolridge at the other end, and Orlando hammers it. 10 points for Woolridge. 59-41 in favor of the Utah Jazz. Twice tonight, the Jazz has built 20-point leads. Freeman Williams, right side to Dantley. Dantley gives it back to Freeman Williams with Dwight Jones ready to come back in. Dantley goes into the lane, lob off to the left side of Ricky Green. Green drives by Lester, gets in under the basket, gave it to Dantley, and he put it in. 32 for Adrian Dantley. He had 35 in the first meeting in Chicago. Lester, right side, Tracy Jackson's 10-footer, no good. Tracy got his own back, put it back up in the lane, blocked by Wilkins. Out to Green. Green hangs on to the ball. Down the floor. Green on the dribble, lost it to Greenwood. Greenwood to Jackson. Jackson straight down to the top of the key at the line. A 15-footer by Tracy didn't go. Rebound over Olberding and out to Freeman Williams. Down to Ricky Green. Back to Williams. Williams spins away from Tracy Jackson, and the ball off Jackson's hand and out of bounds. 4:34 to play in the first half. Eves back in for the Jazz. Dwight Jones checks in at center for the Chicago Bulls. First quarter, the Jazz shot 19 of 30 for 63%. The Bulls 11 of 27 for 41%. Dantley behind the back pass into Wilkins, spin, shoots over Dwight Jones, and hit a beauty. First two for Wilkins. That was a little daring do on the part of the Jazz. Into the forecourt comes Ronnie Lester. He drives it all the way into the basket. Whistle and a foul on the pass off. This one is on Daryl Griffith.
Ronnie makes a good penetration here out of it. He tries to lay the ball off, but Griffin hit him as he went by him. It should be a 1-on-1 situation, which it is. Ronnie at the line tonight is perfect. 2 out of 2. He's got 4 points in the game.
63-41 Utah. Lester, line left. First one right off the front of the rim, no good. Ronnie looking for his 5th point of the ball game. Jazz leading by 22, and it's still 4:15 to play in the second period. Shot goes up and in. That'll make it 63-42. 5 points for Ronnie Lester. Into the forecourt comes Dantley. Right side to Freeman Williams to Dantley. Dantley to the line. A 15-footer by Adrian off the iron. No good. Rebound Dwight Jones. Jones out to Ronnie Lester. Lester coming into the forecourt against Freeman Williams. Right down the lane. Lost the ball, but a whistle, and they'll say fouled on the shot. Foul is on Freeman Williams. That's his first foul.
Ronnie just bears down the lane here. Dantley's going to try to pick him up, but Freeman Williams reaches in, swipes him across the arm, and Ronnie's back where he was about 25 seconds ago at the free throw line, where he has now made 3 out of 4.
Lester could get the Bulls within 20 points again. 4:02 to go, second quarter. First one up. Nope, right off the front of the rim. Only one other final in the NBA tonight. Atlanta 80, New York 79. Lester trying to split the pair does. 6 points for Ronnie, and it is 63-43 Utah. Into the forecourt on the left wing. Jerry Eves, top side to Wilkins. Wilkins shoots from the top of the circle. Big guy missed. Rebound Daly. Quentin Daly to Lester. Lester into the forecourt, checked by Dantley. Gets away on the dribble. From right of the lane to Daly. Goes inside. Hammers one up, no good. Rebound grab by Dwight Jones. Flipped it over the rim and back out front. Lester picks off the ball, takes it to the hole, hangs it on the rim, and it falls off to Jeff Wilkins. Throws it down the floor to Griffith. Griffith into the forecourt to the right side. Pulls up and unloads a 22-footer off the rim, no good. Rebound Woolridge. Woolridge ahead to Lester. Lester into the forecourt to Dwight Jones, under to Daly, through his hands, grabbed by Woolridge. He goes into the lane, flips one up on the rim, and it didn't drop, but he was fouled to the shot.
Jeff Wilkins picks that one up, Joe. That's Griffith they give him.
Yep, second foul on Griffith. That'll bring big Mark Eaton back into the ball game, scoreless for the foul, and Freeman Williams will sit down.
Still looked like
Jeff Wilkins.
Wilkins cut him on the foul, but we'll keep Wilkins at 2, and we'll give that one back to Griffith. Give him 2 now.
At the line, Woolridge. Orlando's first is good. Orlando Woolridge has 11 points in the ball game. First time he went to the line, he missed a pair. Or did he make a pair?
Split a pair.
Up, good. We know he made that pair. That's 12 points for Orlando Woolridge. Down the floor come the Bulls, trailing by 18. Eves, the bounce along the right side to Griffith, or to Dantley. Dantley moves in on Olberding, out to Eves, off the left wing. There goes Darrell Griffith with another 3 attempt. This one didn't drop. Woolridge the rebound down to Theus. Theus flips to Daly. Daly puts up the jumper, good off the glass. Daly with 4. 63-47, and again, the Bulls start that long road back. 2:52 to play first half. Jerry Eves at the top of the key, right side to Adrian Dantley. Dantley being played loosely by Olberding. Dantley makes his move to the lane, lob over on the left side to Griffith, but we have an illegal defense.
I was looking at that last box score we had in Chicago. It was the Bulls had one of those calls, and Utah had 2 of them.
Well, timeout, Utah. Bulls send out Theus and Daly at the guards. Jones in the middle, flanked by Olberding and Woolridge. The Utah Jazz of Frank Layden are operating with Ricky Green and Jerry Eves at the guards. Mark Eaton at center with Jeff Wilkins and Adrian Dantley at the forwards. Green into Eves, right wing to Dantley. Dantley against Olberding. The pass into Wilkins. Wilkins right of the lane, moves on Dwight Jones. Right hand jump hook, no good. Eaton the rebound, puts it back up and in.
If this guy ever jumps, he'll be in trouble.
Eaton with the first 2. Bounce pass from Theus, trying to thread the needle down under the hoop to Woolridge, went right by him and out of bounds. 65-47 Utah. Ricky Green coming into the forecourt. Green off for the left wing, lob to Eaton. Eaton in the circle, back to the basket, hands it out to Wilkins. He'll throw an 18-footer in and out. Rebound Olberding. Olberding out to Theus. Theus heads into the forecourt against Jerry Eves, to the top of the key, to the line, into the lane, up with the 12-footer, off the rim, no good. Rebound picked off by Theus. Theus baseline shot, blocked by Eaton, out of bounds. That's about 4 blocked shots for Eaton.
He is. Reggie dumps, jives, does everything he can as he tries to come back behind the backboard. Eaton just smokes it out of bounds.
On the baseline, whistle.
Olberding on the foul, setting the screen.
Offensive foul. Olberding with his second foul. Gives the ball back to Utah. On the left wing, Green. Out front, Dantley. Dantley at the top of the key. Drives the lane on Dwight Jones. Flipped it up and in. 34 for Adrian Dantley, and we haven't arrived at halftime as yet. Daly, left side to Woolridge. Goes into the lane around Eaton. Puts up a shot off the back, front, and side of the rim, and it drops. Woolridge, 15 points in the contest. 67-49 Utah. A minute and a half to go in the first half. the basketball, Ricky Green gives top side to Eaton. Eaton at the top of the key, trying to hand off. Dantley finally gets the loose ball, goes baseline right, fakes the shot, goes around Olberding inside, and he's grabbed.
Dwight Jones grabbed it. It looked like he took double dribble, didn't he, Joe? It looked like he went out there, or steps either. Took the ball over to the side, he puts it together, now he puts it back down on the floor as he goes by. Dwight Jones just reached out behind a pick and grabbed hold.
Well, 34 points in the ball game thus far for Adrian Dantley. After 3 quarters, San Antonio 73, Houston 72. After 3, it's Dallas 83, Washington 78. And after 3, it's Boston 92, Detroit 91. A minute and 19 to play here in the second quarter. And Adrian Dantley with 34 points has gone 2 of 3 from the line. Dantley's first free shot no good. He is shooting better from the field than he is from the line. He's 16 of 18 from the field.
Just keep him on the line.
67 to 49 with a minute and 19 to go in the second quarter. Adrian Dantley playing in his 7th NBA season, 4th with the Jazz, has 35 points as he hits the second free shot. 68 to 49 Utah. Right wing, Reggie Theus, top side to Dwight Jones. Jones gives to Woolridge. Woolridge in out of the hoop, puts one up with the right hand, fouled on the shot, but it didn't drop. And the foul is going to be on Jeff Wilkins. That's his 3rd. Utah over the limit. It's about the only negative number that the Jazz have posted here tonight. They piled up a number of personal fouls, especially here in the second quarter. Going to bring Darrell Griffith back into the ball game with 16 points. And Jeff Wilkins sits down with 2 points, 3 fouls. Paul Westhead and Don Casey still trying to figure out how to turn this thing around. 68-49 Utah with a minute and 9 to go in the half.
Well, they're going to be able to do that
shortly in the
locker 9
room.
Seconds. Yeah. Switch ends.
Orlando Woolridge missing that first free shot. Orlando ready again. Looks, shoots, rim and in. 16 points for Orlando Woolridge. 68-50. Long lob right side, Adrian Dantley, and under the hoop gives to Jerry Eves, and he is rejected on the shot by Dwight Jones, who put more on the shooter than he did on the ball.
Dantley drives for the hole, finds Eves underneath, gives him a little bounce pass. He goes up, and DJ says, "Not on my street."
Jerry Eves, 1 for 2 at the line, 3 points in the ball game. This one tonight on Sports Vision and WYEN Radio. Our simulcast of Bulls basketball in Utah. Eves hitting the free shot, has 4 points in the ball game. Next on Sports Vision with the Bulls next Tuesday night for the Knicks. Next on WYEN for Milwaukee next Wednesday night. Free shot up and in. Eves having point number 5 in the book. Makes it 70-50. The Jazz again by 20. Into the forecourt, Theus scoops the ball to Dwight Jones. In under to Woolridge, and Woolridge got the ball batted away by Griffith. Down the floor to Dantley, ahead of the pack. Dantley under the hole, lays it in. 37 for Adrian Dantley. And it ain't halftime yet, folks. 72-50. Down the right side, Theus puts up the long jumper. Good. Reggie Theus with a more human 15. Down the left side, Ricky Green. 32 seconds to go in the first half. Ricky Green dribbling with a right hand. Stops, deals to Dantley. Dantley at the top of the key against Dwight Jones. Right of the lane, flips one up. Didn't go. Rebound, Dwight Jones. That's 17 out of 20 from the field. And a deflected pass back to Dantley. Goes to the hole, bangs it off the glass. Got it back, turns around, into the lane, over to Mark Eaton. Eaton up with a 6-footer. Good off the glass. Eaton with 4. 74-52. 5 seconds to go. Daly for a 3 from way out in front. Got it. Quentin Daly cans a 3 at the buzzer here at the Salt Palace. But at the intermission in Utah, it is all Utah Jazz, as Adrian Dantley has put together 37 points, and it is the Utah Jazz 74, the Bulls 55, as Quentin Daly got him inside the 20-point spread with a 3-pointer at the buzzer. Poquette takes a bounce, hooks it back up. No, Adrian Dantley again. 39 for Adrian Dantley, and the points just keep on coming. Out front, Theus, 76-55 Utah. Theus sideline right into Woolridge, turns on Dantley, 4-footer, in and out. Rebound, Corzine put it back. Dave Corzine gets his first 2 points of the ball game, as both clubs have gone back to their original starting 5s. Ricky Green into the forecourt, gives to Griffith. Bounce off on the right side to Poquette and back to Griffith. Griffith holding, bounce down to Dantley. Dantley right of the lane, into the lane, over to Green. Green left side of the forecourt, bank shot, glass, rim and in. Ricky Green with 6. And it is 78-57 Utah. 10:55 to go, and this looks like a rerun of the first half. Theus sideline right. Alley-oop, cross-court, Ronnie Lester down the baseline, in under the hoop. Poquette blocked his shot to Shays, down to Griffith. Griffith driving on Theus, lays it up, and
turned his ankle, too.
Darrell Griffith with 18 points in the ball game at the other end of the floor in definite pain as Reggie Theus drills one from out front. We have a 20-second timeout for the Utah Jazz because of Griffith's twisted ankle. Theus with 17 points on that long-distance hoop from out front, just inside the three-point stripe.
Okay, Darrell Griffith drives. It comes off. He comes down on his own. He just sort of hits that end line and turns it over. Looked like there was no contact at all, Joe.
None whatsoever.
Down funny on his foot.
Just the way he hit the floor. It's going to bring Jerry Eves back into the ball game. Eves will be in to replace Darrell Griffith, who sits down with 18 points. Eves, averaging 3 a game, has 5 thus far. Ricky Green into the forecourt. To Shays, double team, turns at the circle, over to Ben Poquette, left wing, 15-footer, good. Ben Poquette has 6 points in the contest. And down the floor come the Bulls on the drive by Woolridge inside. As he went, he was hooked. Put the shot up, it didn't drop, and Poquette has 4 fouls in the ball game.
Woolridge gets out of the floor quickly, beats his man to the hoop, but Poquette trying to just bump a little body in there, fouls him, and O stands at the line.
And Woolridge rolls the first one in for his 17th point of the ball game.
We call him the Big O, but we had a chance at halftime, you and I, to see the original Big O in action. Oscar Robertson here putting on a little demonstration at halftime.
Now, Orlando Woolridge, 1 of 2 from the stripe, and the second one chased down by Shays, ahead to Eves. Eves down the left side. Out front to Shays from the top of the key, and Danny hits. Danny Shays with his first 2 points of the ball game. He was sidelined early in the first quarter on fouls. Reggie takes it the other way, drives it inside, misses the shot. But on the battle for the rebound, ball goes out of bounds and back to the Bulls.
Standing in line, I think, when he got it.
84-60, Utah. That is their biggest lead of the night. Lob outside to Corzine. Corzine left wing Greenwood. 15-foot rainbow. In and out. Rebound Danny Shays. Going to fire along to Jeff Wilkins. Fired it by him. Wilkins couldn't catch up, and it's back to the Bulls.
Wilkins was trying to take it right to the hole instead of catching it and slowing down and doing something with it.
Halftime, San Diego 49, Phoenix 37 at Phoenix. Left side of the forecourt, Lester out to Corzine. His left wing 18-footer hits the twine. That's 4 points for Dave Corzine. 84-62. 9:27 to play third quarter. Ricky Green drops it off on the left side to Jeff Wilkins. Out to Dantley. Dantley shoots out of the circle. This one doesn't go, and the rebound Greenwood. Out to Theus. Theus to the line, to the lane, off to Woolridge. Drives in, bumps off Dantley, put it up and in. Offensive foul. Woolridge with his second foul. This could turn out to be a long night for Chicago sports fans. The Washington Capitals knocked off the Blackhawks 4-2 of the NHL. You saw that one earlier on Sports Vision. And now the Bulls are having a difficult evening in Salt Lake City. Eves out front to Dantley. Dantley at the top of the key, being played by Woolridge. Dantley makes his move into the lane, drops it off the left side to Danny Shays. 15-footer off the rim, no good. Comes back to Shays in the corner. Shays takes a bounce, stops, deals it underneath for Dantley. Ball finally goes to Dantley on a deflection, and he drops it in. 41 for Adrian Dantley. Here's Theus on the right wing, off the iron with it. He was on the three-point stripe when he shot. Dantley got the ball, comes out of the crowd, and is tripped, hits the deck, and they call the foul on Adrian Dantley. That's Dantley's second foul. Kind of a weird call by Ed Middleton, but it goes back to the Bulls. 86-62 Utah. 8:35 to go third period. Ball to Theus. Theus on the wing, working against Jerry Eves. Griffith on the sideline with a twisted ankle. Theus into Woolridge, back to Theus, right back into Woolridge. Woolridge into the lane, puts up the 4-footer. In and out, back in. Woolridge with 19 points in the game. 86-64. Ricky Green backs out on the dribble against Ronnie Lester. Stops, gives to Shea. Shea's in the circle, checked by Corzine. Over to Jerry Eves on the left wing. Wants to go from 20, goes in on Theus instead. Back over to Ricky Green, right of the circle. He unloads, no good. Rebound baseline. Shea's pokes it to Dantley. Dantley goes inside and is hammered on the shot. He didn't get the hoop. Got a whack in the face instead. Woolridge and Dantley cracked heads.
Dantley gets the 2 free throws. Orlando gets a little smack in the mouth, and they caught each other. They did catch a piece of each other's face on that action, and Woolridge picks up his 3rd foul, and Dantley to the line, first time the second half. It's 3 out of 5, Joe, from the line, and about the only place the Bulls have been able to put the lid on him.
Well, it's 86-64 Utah, and Adrian Dantley fails to connect. More finals rolling in tonight. Boston beat Detroit 119-112. Washington topped Dallas 115-105, and Houston took San Antonio 94-93.
Joe, I saw last night Gilmore only had 1 free throw in that game, no baskets. I wonder if I didn't see what happened today, but I wonder what that was.
Well, Dantley just hit his 42nd point. Paul Westhead is watching a horror show here in Utah. Left wing Lester out front to Theus. Theus in the circle, drives on Eves down the lane, puts it up, doesn't go. Rebound and a foul. This one is going to be on Reggie Theus. Theus picking up his first foul, second of the Bulls as a team.
Theus misses the little in-tight shot, and trying to get it back from Dantley, reaches in and gets caught with the foul, number 1.
7-7-09 the attendance tonight. Eves right side to Dantley. Wants to go over Woolridge, throws a pass outside, deflected, finally retrieved by Eves, around Green to Wilkins, and his baseline toss is good. Jeff Wilkins gets into the act with his 4th point. 89-64, Utah's biggest lead. Theus sideline right, out front to Greenwood, pass underneath the Woolridge, goes up and in your face, Danny Shea's. 21 for Orlando Woolridge. 89-66. Ricky Green on the right wing, the alley-oop into Jeff Wilkins. Wilkins right of the lane, turns, hooks off the side of the backboard to Greenwood. Out to Lester, back to Greenwood. Greenwood into the forecourt on the left side to Theus. Reggie deals it back into Greenwood, inside, grabbed by Eves on the shot. Eves with his 2nd foul, and that's the 2nd team foul on the Utah Jazz. Timeout Utah, 89-66, 6:52 to go 3rd quarter. Now this timeout. .30 on both evenings.
I heard earlier in the day, Joe, that Larry Keenan was picked up on waivers by Golden State. So we're happy that Kay is able to get back in the league, and he'll be playing out on the West Coast. Greenwood, who was fouled by Eves before he went away, will go to the line and get himself 2 free throws. He has not been there this evening. He's only got 1 basket in the game.
And David hits the first free shot, point number 3. Greenwood at the line for the season has slowly but surely pumped himself over the 50% mark for the campaign after a very slow start. 1 out of 2. Rebound grabbed by Jeff Wilkins. And down the floor come the Utah Jazz. Ricky Green gives the ball to Wilkins, and on the baseline the ball is slapped away and out of bounds. Utah retains possession.
Yeah, we said that Greenwood did a good job in that 2nd period. Joe had 8 rebounds in there. He had 11 at halftime.
Now Griffith will not be back. He has sprained his ankle. Left of the lane, Dantley. Double team back out to Eves. A 22-footer off the iron, no good. Rebound poked by Greenwood over to Olberding. Olberding to Lester, down the floor to Woolridge, off to Theus. Theus drives inside, lays it up and in. Reggie Theus has 19 points in the ball game, 21 for Woolridge. 89-69 Utah. 25 has been their biggest spread. Eves out front, gives to Wilkins. Wilkins at the top of the key. Jeff Wilkins against David Greenwood. The pass off the left side to Ricky Green. Green unloads from 20 feet. Nope. Rebound up in the air. Retrieved by Greenwood. Clears it out to Theus. Down the floor for Woolridge. Flips it on the run. Rim. No. Rebound Eves. Eaves heads the other way. Pass on the left side to Dantley. Goes in on Greenwood, and Greenwood fouled him. Frank Layden, the coach of the Utah Jazz, sure has to enjoy this one a lot more tonight than he did the first meeting between the two clubs in Chicago.
Dantley can take a little 15-foot jump shot on this last play, but he takes it right to the basket, hangs in the air, draws the 2 free throws from David Greenwood. Greenwood with his 3rd foul. Dantley to the line now. He's been there 6 times and has come up with 4 free throws out of his 6.
If he hits this one, he matches his season's high for a single game, and he does. 43 points for Adrian Dantley, and it is 90-69 Utah with 5:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Bulls come home to the Chicago Stadium Tuesday night against the New York Knicks, who were defeated by Atlanta tonight, 90-89 in New York. Make that 80-79. Well, 44 for Dantley. That's a new single game high, and he's got a heck of a shot at breaking his pro high tonight. Out front, Theus. Theus to the left wing. Working against Jerry Eaves, the rookie out of Louisville, who has replaced Darrell Griffith, who's out with a sprained ankle. Turn shot baseline. Didn't go. Rebound, Ricky Green. Hold the horn. He was on the line when he picked off the ball.
Joe, the Bulls have not played badly in 3 quarters of most of their games. That first period, though, you can't go to the bench trailing by 17, 18 points all the time.
On the baseline, Orlando Woolridge. Waiting, the count is on. The ball flipped into Greenwood. He's against Danny Shays, gives to Olberding, and Olberding put it up and in with the right hand. Olberding has 4 points in the ball game. 91-71 Utah. Between the circles, Ricky Green. He cuts to the lane, deals it on the left side to Eaves. Eaves against Theus. Theus reached in and fouled him. Reggie Theus with his 2nd foul.
I think they can don't have to challenge Eaves that much outside, Joe. His field goal percentage is not that tough, shooting that 15, 17-footer.
Only 45% from the field. Here is Green, left of the circle, right of the circle to Wilkins, flips into Shays. The right-hand hook is off the iron, grab by Wilkins, puts it back up and in. Jeff Wilkins with 6 points. His best night has been 24. 93-71 Utah. Down the right side goes Reggie Theus deep into the corner. Holds the ball high against Dantley to Lester. Left of the circle to Greenwood. Gets by Wilkins. Puts up a 12-footer. In, out. Rebound Dantley. Dantley gets it outside to Ricky Green. Green over the timeline. Down to the circle. Left side to Eaves. Gives to Green. Green left of the key out to Danny Shays. Right of the lane to Dantley. Into the lane. Muscle to the hole. Goaltender. Greenwood swatted the shot away. That's 46 for Adrian Dantley.
That was his 20th field goal. He makes a move. He hesitates, goes up in the air, and Greenwood trying to help out, wipes it out. But
Dantley is now 21 of 27 from the field. Lester on the left sideline. A whistle toots and away from the ball. We got a little problem.
Jeff Wilkins picks up number 4, trying to fight Olberding down low.
And that foul on the Utah Jazz. Their 3rd as a team. Outside, Ronnie Lester after the inbound. Swings it around to the right of the lane, goes down to the baseline against Ricky Green. Puts up his jumper. No. Rebound batted around. Greenwood handles it. Throws it back up. No good. Rebound this time grabbed by Wilkins. Down the floor to Dantley. Dantley on a 3-on-2. Bangs off Theus. The shot didn't go, but Theus gets the foul. Theus with his 3rd. Dantley goes to the line with a chance for 2 more.
Long pass down the court. Dantley catches it. He's thinking of laying it off on the side and decides to keep it. Ricky Green, he bypasses, takes it to the hole. Reggie gives him a little shot. That hand you heard in the background was for Mark Eaton coming back in the game. And
the 7'4" rookie from UCLA.
He doesn't go out and set any screens for the guards, basically because they can't see over him.
He's had 4 block shots in the game thus far. Dantley hits that first free shot. That's 47 for Adrian Dantley. 96-71 Utah.
10 this quarter.
Once again, Dantley spins that ball in his hands and then unloads. 48 points for Adrian Dantley. 2 away, or make it 4 away from his pro high. Into the forecourt, Reggie Theus. Theus to bounce right sideline to Ronnie Lester. Lester on the right side of the forecourt. Lester holding the ball out front to Woolridge with a pass. Woolridge stops at the line. Left wing Theus down to the baseline. Scoops to Lester. Give to Woolridge. Put it up and in. Woolridge with 23. Pass into the forecourt, retrieved by Ricky Green. 97-73, 3:37 to play third quarter. Shays hands it back to Green. Green on the left side of the forecourt, into Dantley. Dantley against Woolridge, double team by Lester, out to Green. Green to the line, to the lane, laid it in, and Ricky Green has 8.
Joe, right now, you can let Ricky Green shoot outside. You can let Eves shoot outside Shays and Eaton and just play a real tight defense on Adrian Dantley. You can make it come from the outside, but they're really letting him penetrate.
Olberding missed at his end, and the Jazz at the other end. Let's see, did they call that offensive goal interference? It's
2.
good. They give Eves the basket. Eaton came very close. In fact, from where I sat, he did. He touched the ball on the rim.
He did, and Eddie Middleton said, "Did you see it?" And he said, "No." He said, "Give him 2."
All right, it is now 101-73. A Theus turnaround, hangs to the rim and falls in. Reggie Theus with 21. And Theus makes the steal against Eves, and Eves gives him a whack trying to get the ball back. Eves with his third foul, and now a timeout with 2:51 to play in the third quarter. The score, Utah 101, Bulls 75. Let's take this timeout. If we can detect now on Sports Vision whether or not Eaton actually did put a pinky on the rim.
All right, let's see. The ball hangs, and up over, and he touched the ball over the ring. It looked like, didn't it?
Well, from that angle, on our monitor it did. Our next televised Blackhawks game will be tomorrow night when the red-hot Chicago Blackhawks face off against the Buffalo Sabres in Buffalo at 6 p.m. Chicago time. Now, immediately following the hockey game, it'll be Sports View at 8:30. Catch all of the NHL action home and road right here on Sports Vision, your box seat ticket to exciting Chicago area sports at home.
If you don't see it the first time we take a look again, Jimmy Angio says, "Let's take a look and see." And up over the ring, and he touches the ball on the ring.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. For our monitor, the
if
top
you
of
got
our,
a bigger set at home, maybe you can see a little better. We got a little.
Our monitor cuts off right at his thumb, and you can't tell. And the guys in the truck say Jimmy Angio's got a bigger monitor than we do.
Look where his head is compared to that net.
Yeah.
Is he up there?
Well, mine eyelash either way. 101-75 Utah. Bulls get the ball back, and Quentin Daly brings it into the forecourt off to the right side against Ricky Green. Now to Woolridge down lane and hammers it with a vengeance. 25 for Orlando Woolridge. And it's 101-77 with 2:34 to play in the third quarter. Ricky Green gives the ball to Dantley. Dantley at the top of the key. He's just 2 away from 50, but inside we got a problem. Foul is on Danny Shays. No, hold it. Turn it the other way. It's on Reggie Theus. And Reggie's just picked up his 4th foul. Oh, it will be Jerry Eves at the line. He has 7 points in the ball game. His career high is 8. A free shot here matches it. There it is. 8 points for Jerry Eves. 102-77, 2:27. They just got us the halftime stats because their computer broke down. So I'll give you some numbers for the first half in case you still care. 9 points for Eves on 2 free shots, 103-77. Right side Woolridge underneath Olberding, hangs it on the rim and it falls in. 6 points for Olberding, 103-79. Into the forecourt, Jerry Eves. Eves swinging the ball on the three-point arc to Dantley, back to Eves. Eves playing with Griffith on the bench with a sprained ankle. Into Dantley, lobs it out to Eaton. Ball poked away, picked up by Woolridge. Woolridge down the floor to Daly. Daly back to Woolridge, grips to Theus, drives and scores from the right side. 23 for Theus, 25 for Woolridge, but that's all that you can say about the Bulls tonight. A 103-81 Jazz lead, they have the ball. Green bounce to Eves. Eves takes it out on the left side to control it. Eves inside to Dantley. Dantley into the lane, hooks it up with the right hand, and he is fouled and has a chance for 50 points. Quentin Daly, the guilty party.
Daly gets his first foul, and Dantley just goes down and posts up, takes Orlando Woolridge to the hole, and trying to help out. Daly reaches in and picks the foul up, and now
2 here, and he has 50 points in the ball game.
Yes.
103-81 with 1:39 to go in the third quarter. Dantley hits number 49. Utah shot 54% of the first half to the Bulls 38%. Bulls did manage to out-rebound them 30-28, 11 of those boards for David Greenwood. Dantley's second free shot is good. That's 50 points for Adrian Dantley. 105-81 Utah, minute and 35 to go third quarter. Dantley on the right side, Daly on the right side into Theus. A turnaround baseline toss is good. Reggie Theus with 25, and it is 105-83. Ricky Green to the top of the circle against Quinton Daly. Green backs out on the dribble. Ricky Green penetrates again left of the lane, bounce off the left side of Jerry Eves. Eves against Reggie Theus, long jumper off the rim, no good. Danny Shays the rebound, muscles it back up rim, no. Shays again, no, and foul. With Bradley and Higgins due to check in for the Bulls. Foul is on Mark Olberding. Olberding with his third foul.
Shays does a good job here. He stays after it. Eves misses the shot from the outside. Shays hustles the first time to go up with it. Corzine tries to block it. Shays stays right in there, goes up the second time, and Obi smacks him across the wrist.
Shays had a bad road trip, but he came home the other night against Portland and had 19 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Which was his best overall performance this year. 105-83. Shays missing the first, hitting the second. Has just 3 points in tonight's ball game. 106-83. Daly into the forecourt. Higgins and Bradley now into the ball game. Olberding's baseline jumper didn't go. Corzine gets the rebound back, and he had his shot blocked, and Eaton blocked everything in sight and gets the foul on it.
He doesn't get up, but you don't have to in this situation. His feet really never leave the ground as Corzine picks the ball up. He just puts his hand up. Look at it, it's up way above the rim.
He drives Corzine, who is not what you would refer to as diminutive, right back to the floor. Corzine missing that first free shot. Keeps the count at 106-83. Corzine is a 69% shooter prior to that miss, and that one as well when Eaton picks off the rebound. 106-83 Utah, less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Ricky Green right of the circle, lob over to Eaton, back out to Eves, outside to Ricky Green, Green around on the right, down to the baseline, Ricky Green with 10, 108-83. Quinton Daly left of the circle, the 15-footer is good. Quinton Daly has 9 points in the contest. 30 seconds to play, third period, 108-85 Utah. Shays ahead to Green. Ricky Green finding a new home in Utah. Shays cross court to Eves, back to Green. Green between the circles. Clock ticking down to 15, 13 on the shot clock. Eves on the left wing, backs outside the three-point arc, gives to Green. 7 on the shot clock, under to Dantley, shot blocked by Higgins. Out to Daly. Daly with 4 seconds to go, unloads a 3, wide right, rebound Eves, and that's the end of the third quarter. Timeout at the end of 3 periods of play. The Utah Jazz 108, the Bulls 85, now this timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, at center court, we have the Minnesota Polo representative presenting a beautiful Polo Courts one from the special limited edition Jazz logo on the dial, Mr. Dale Elton.
Single game high, did it against Denver last year.
He did that in a losing cause. He may break that record in a winning cause. But didn't Alice English score 46 this year? I think he did. But this is the highest of anybody this year.
Daly gets the ball to Higgins right of the lane. Higgins turns around and unloads. Good. Higgins has 8 points in the ball game.
Joe, that was Gervin that had 47 against Phoenix this year.
That's the single game high, right?
Right.
That was a new one tonight. 50 in the books already for Adrian Dantley. Left side, Danny Shays. It's 108-87. Shays challenged by Olberding. Cross-court lob deflected by Bradley. Takes it away down to Daly. Daly driving by Eves. Puts it up. In and out. It's been that kind of a night. And a loose ball foul against Dudley Bradley.
Well, Daly thought it was going to be blocked, you know, as he went down the court with the ball. Jerry Eves timed it, and Daly was going to try to hold him off, and he just slipped it off the glass, and the foul was picked up by Dudley Bradley.
Bob Green into Eaton. Eaton at the top of the key against Corzine. Off on the right side to Eves. Into Poquette. Back out to Eves. Jumper on the right wing didn't go, but hold the horn. 3-second violation on the Utah Jazz.
Mark Eaton had one leg outside the three-point area and the other one inside the second area.
108-87. Give on the left sideline to Dudley Bradley, but a whistle blows inside.
Eaton picked a foul up as Dave Corzine tried to get out and take position, Joe, and Eaton just stepped in front of him and like trains colliding.
Eaton reminds you a lot of Lurch, the old Adams family. Bradley back on the left side, threw it right to Green, who broke in front of Higgins, got it, drops it off to Eaves. Eaves shot blocked by Bradley, very neatly done. Green picks it back up and sets it back up outside. The big guy is just awesome inside. He is so large. Pass right side. Poquette goes into Eaton. There's his turnaround. Good off the glass. Say this, the kid can't put the ball in the hole. 6 points for Eaton. At the other end, the Bulls offense misfires. Poquette turns it around and steals it down the floor to Ricky Green, and Green has another easy deuce. 12 points for Ricky Green, and it's 112-87, and this one is all over, but deciding how many points Dantley's going to get. Daly gets 2 on a jumper baseline left. It's 11 for Quentin Daly. Foul to go with it. It's on Mark Eaton, who tried to block Quentin Daly again and blocked Daly rather than the ball. Dwight Jones is coming into the game. Freeman Williams is going to check back in. Dwight Jones back in with 1 point and 2 fouls. And Mark Olberding sits down with 6 points. Freeman Williams checks into the contest for the Utah Jazz, and Poquette takes a chair. Daly missed the free shot. Oh, it is 112-89. Eaves on the left wing, gives to Eaton. Eaton at the circle, playing with a 5-year guaranteed contract. Freeman Williams had the ball taken away by Bradley. Bradley down the floor, drives it to the hoop and scores. Dudley Bradley, who did not play last night in Denver, getting a chance to do so here tonight. 112-91. 9:54 to play in the ball game. Out front, Eaves to Shays. Danny Shays gives it over to Eaton. Eaton right of the circle against Corzine, gives to Poquette, left wing 15-footer, good. Ben Poquette, 8 points in the contest. And it is 114-91 as Corzine unloads out of the left corner, no good. Rebound, tap back outside. Freeman Williams gets the handle on it. Down the floor to Eaves, threw it right by Poquette. Out of bounds? Nope. They say that Quentin Daly got a finger on it and deflected it out. Ronnie Lester coming back in now for the Chicago Bulls, replacing Dudley Bradley. 114-91 Utah, 9:23 to go.
Well, if you've got that one, Jimmy, show that. No, okay, Dwight Jones stood there as Eaton went through him, and he banged him with an elbow, and then Dwight Jones just turned around and smacked Eaton on the back.
It's a technical foul on the elbow.
Yeah, he just saw the second one. He didn't see Eaton come through there and just leveled Jones, and Jones says, I don't have to take this, and he wrapped one on the back. You see the officials talking, and that's facing the crowd is Frank Layden, and that one happens to be Paul Westhead.
Well, they're waiting to see who's going to shoot the tee. It's going to be Freeman Williams.
Whereas he stand way over on the side. Last guy I saw do that was a guy named Bob Boozer. He stood way over, so the glass didn't affect you in his shooting. So the reflection through the glass didn't bother you.
Freeman Williams hits the tee and has 3 points in the ball game. Well, the technical foul on Dwight Jones gives another point, and it's 115-91. Now they're trying to determine whether it's a personal foul to go with the technical foul, and nobody knows.
It should have been.
And they say no. Ed Middleton says no. Just the tee for the elbow.
Well, you know, that means you made contact, and you made contact as a foul.
Shays at the top of the key against Dwight Jones. Danny Shays off of the right side to Jerry Eaves with 3 on the clock. Eaves hits it 21. Jerry Eaves has 11 points in the ball game. Theus down the floor, goes into the lane, throws one up, but it won't matter because timeout had been called by the Bulls before Theus got to the ball. So there's timeout with exactly 9 minutes to play in the game, and the score, Utah 117, Bulls 91. Now there's timeout. Very graphic demonstration of just why they have put together one of their more lackluster shows, not to take anything away from the Jazz, who played sensational at times here tonight, but you get to the end of one of these long ones and you haven't seen the home front for a while. It's very difficult when things go bad early to get your act back together again.
You're right, Joe. But as I said before, you cannot come constantly from 17-18 down that first period and play catch-up ball when you're running like that. You've got to try to stop that other team or be even with them in the first period.
Higgins deals it into Lester, to Theus on the sideline. Reggie takes it back out to the front of the key, 8:55 to go. Adrian Dantley still sitting on the bench as Higgins hits on the right side from 15 feet. That's 10 points for Rod Higgins. 117-93. Jerry Eves, bounce off of the right side of Danny Shays. Shays unloads. Nope. Rebound Poquette. Turns left of the lane. Almost palmed the ball. Back outside to Freeman Williams. Back on the left side to Poquette. Poquette hands to Freeman Williams on the left wing. Freeman Williams still on the left. Eaton trying to set a pick. Freeman Williams bounce over on the right side to Eves. Into Poquette. Turnaround fadeaway shot off the rim. No good. And down the floor comes Lester. Lester takes it to the circle, left of the lane, out of the left side to Higgins. Long toss. Higgins put it off the iron to Eaton. Eaton outside to Williams, down the floor to Eves, to Poquette. Poquette has 10 points in the ball game. 119-93 Utah, 8 minutes to play. Lester on the right side to Higgins. Rod Higgins against Ben Poquette. Out to Lester, but hold the horn. We have a whistle and a foul.
Eaton grabbed Corzine as he slipped down the lane.
5 on Mark Eaton.
Corzine slides down the lane. Eaton just puts his hand out to stop him. You can't quite do that. And now Corzine gets a little bit of a break, and Orlando Woolridge is in the game.
And Orlando's back in with 25 points. Ronnie Lester at the top of the key. Lester deals it off for the left side to Reggie Theus, and he is fouled on the shot. Fouled by Freeman Williams. Williams with his second foul. That's 4 on Utah as a team, and Theus will go to the line looking for points 26 and 27. If he gets them, he will have his average. In the third quarter, Bulls heated up 14 of 27 for 52% as Reggie missed the first free shot. And Utah 12 of 24 for 50% shooting. Rebounds, third quarter, 20-9 Utah. Boy, they took the boards in the third quarter, to say the least.
Shay's got 9 of those boards himself.
That's 26 now for Reggie Theus as he gets the second free shot. Eves on the left side to Poquette. Now to Eaton left of the circle. Top side to Jerry Eves. Eves at the top of the key against Ronnie Lester. To his right in the lane, out to Poquette. Baseline right, shot no good. Rebound Ronnie Lester. Lester for the Bulls. Takes it the other way. Down the middle. Drops it off. Woolridge in. Poquette blocked the shot. Got a bit of Woolridge, and the ball went in anyway.
Woolridge's strength that time took him up over the ring with it. Took Poquette with him. Poquette made a good move here to get a piece of the ball, but the strength of Orlando Woolridge took it right over the top. Just takes him right through the ball, and the hang time terrific on that move.
Greenwood back of the ball game. Higgins sits down. Rod with 10 points in the ball game, and Orlando Woolridge makes it a 3-point proposition and has 28 points in the game. 119-97 Utah, 7:16 to go. Danny Shays at the top of the key with Adrian Dantley waiting to come on. Right side Freeman Williams. Shot didn't go. Rebound out to Theus. Theus 1 against 3. Gets by Williams. Works his way down the left side. Tried to scoop to the hole. Ball blocked away. Theus got it back and hooked it in. Reggie Theus with 28 points. 119-99. Bulls have trimmed it down to 20. 6:53 to go. Down the lane goes Eves. Ball stripped away. Picked up by Dwight Jones to Ronnie Lester. Drives it up. No good. Rebound Reggie Theus. Tried to hook it back up again. Didn't get it. Takes it out to the line and unloads it and hits it while hitting the deck.
Reggie turned around and saw that big 53 there, and he had to fade away in his shot.
Timeout Utah. 6:36 to play in the ball game, and now it is Utah 119, Bulls 101, and we'll take another timeout. Not completely zipped up the old duffel bag and headed for the airport.
Take a look at Reggie Theus coming in for the shot here. The ball slips out of his hand. He gets it as he comes back out. Watch 53. He's going to turn around and says, "Oh my Lord, look at this guy here." Threw a jump sky hook on Eaton. You're right, Joe. They've bent a couple times. They haven't broken at this stage, and There's still 6:36 to go. That's the good news, that they have a chance to catch up. The bad news now is Adrian Dantley's back in the game. He had a nice rest. He's got 20 field goals and 10 free throws for around half 100.
119-101 Utah.
That's got to make you appreciate when you see a guy get 50 points like this. That game at Wilt had 100, and how many times he threw that ball down through the net.
That's right. Freeman Williams playing out front with Eves at a guard now, over to Dantley. Dantley with Woolridge against him, directing traffic. There's the turnover story. Bulls haven't had any according to that number in the second half. Out front Eves, around to the left side to Dantley. Dantley left of the lane, back outside to Eves. Theus pried it free, but Eves got it back. One on the shot clock. Dantley threw it up, but not in time.
Good defense that time. They trapped a couple times and really put the pressure on.
Down the floor on the right side, Reggie for a three, hit nothing but net. 33 for Reggie Theus. And don't look now, but the Bulls are getting back in this thing. 119-104, but 5:55 to play. On the right side, Eves. Eves holding the ball, takes his dribble out front against Daly, left wing to Freeman Williams. Into Dantley. Dantley double teamed by Theus and Woolridge. Back out to Freeman Williams. 2 on the shot clock. Freeman throws up a prayer that was off the iron. Wilkins bangs it outside. Grabbed by Theus. Spin dribble. Goes to the hole. Didn't get it. Foul. Foul on Freeman Williams.
Well, I'll tell you, did you see some moves that Reggie made that time? He gets the ball, goes to his right. A man cut him off. Eves cut him off on the right side. He flipped around the left side, and there he ran smack into Freeman Williams. Williams gets his third foul, and now Ricky Green is hustled back off the bench, and Reggie's going to go to the line for a couple. 2 spinning great moves, and Freeman Williams tries to rump him out with a back move, but Reggie tough.
Well, Theus has 33. 18 of them in the second half, and you can add one more to all of that and bring the Bulls 1 point closer. 119-105. Last time they were that close, it was 46-32. 35 points for Reggie. It's 119-106. The folks are getting nervous at Salt Lake City. Eves to Green, top side to Shays. Shays looking for Wilkins inside, bounce instead to Eves, and a 3-second violation wipes the whole thing out. Dantley was in there too long. You don't see that call very often either.
That's right.
Well, here come the Bulls. Daly into the forecourt. Daly off to the right wing to the right sideline. Daly dragging the pivot foot, no call there. Down to Theus, and Reggie's decided to do it all by himself. 37 points for Reggie Theus. Theus has the last 15 points for the Bulls, or no, the Bulls have scored the last 15. All right. Here is Eves underneath the Dantley, missed the shot underneath. Rebound Greenwood out to Daly. Daly straight down the middle of the line to the lane, off to Dwight Jones into the lanes, hooks it up. No, rebound Jeff Wilkins. 4:47 to play.
It's the first dry move they've come up with, Joe.
Into the forecourt, Green, 15 points in a row, run off by the Chicago Bulls to get back in this thing. Ricky Green off to the right sideline, 4:34 to go. Shays to Eves. Eves on the left side into Dantley. Dantley in the lane, hooks it up, rim, no foul. Bulls have scored 15 points in a row, and Theus has 11 of them.
Well, David Greenwood gets the foul. He's trying to help his teammate Orlando Woolridge, and Dantley comes in, makes the good move, but David picks the foul up, and that is number 4 on DG.
Adrian Dantley, who has run off 7 consecutive free throws, has 50 points in the ball game. 119-108.
The last time that Dwight Jones tried to shot down that end, Joe, that was the first time the Bulls have not scratched, and they've got to do that to get in this game.
120-108 Utah. 4:28 left. 51 points for Adrian Dantley. Dantley, 52. 121-108. Quentin Daly into the forecourt. Left wing against Ricky Green. Flips underneath to Woolridge. He put it in. Woolridge gets to 30 points. And it is 121-110. 4:14 to go in the ball game. Left side Wilkins. Back to Green. Reggie Theus for a reaching foul. That's 5 on Reggie. The way this one's going, John, they lose Reggie Theus on fouls. You can warm up the bus.
Well, that's been the case this year. If Reggie doesn't put the ball in the hole, they really have a problem.
Green into Eves and back to Green. Left side to Danny Shays. The bounce in under to Dantley. It got away from him. Goes on the far side, and they're going to give it back to the Bulls as Ronnie Lester returns with 6 points, and he is going to replace Reggie Theus, who sits down with 37 points and 5 fouls. 4 minutes and 1 second to go. Paul Westhead with a play call as Ronnie Lester takes it into the fourth quarter. Lester against Ricky Green. Bounce to Quentin Daly in the lane. Flips it up. It didn't drop, but he was fouled on the shot. Foul was on Jerry Eves. For Eves, number 4. Utah over the limit. Frank Layden, not quite as happy right now as he was a few moments ago, pacing in front of the Utah bench. 121-110.
Daly from the line now, Joe.
Well, Quentin Daly is 1 for 2. He had a 3-point field goal, which gives him the odd number. He got them both that time. 13 points for Q, and it's 121-112. The Bulls are back to within 9 with 3:49 to go. On the right wing, Ricky Green to Dantley. Dantley against Woolridge, and a whistle. Illegal defense, and that's a technical foul.
What a time to go into the town. Now you just sag back. Just sag back and play that Dantley guy tight. Can't afford to give him those freebies. That's only 13 points now in this period scored by the Jazz. They put 108 on the board by the third period.
Poquette back into the game with 10 points and 5 fouls. Jeff Wilkins leaves with 6 points. Adrian Dantley will shoot the tee for illegal defense and missed it. Now Reggie Theus back into the game, and Quentin Daly sits down. And Reggie brings 37 points and 5 fouls back into this one. 13 points for Quentin Daly. Ricky Green will inbound with 3:41 to go, and the Jazz lead by 9. A Jerry Eves pass deflected by Lester, grabbed by Eves, back to Lester. Lester drive. Eves fouled him on the way to the hoop.
All Eves could do is good defense by the Bulls. They break the pass up. Ronnie streaking down court. Theus gives them the lead pass. Eves comes up. Ronnie does a nice job keeping his body between the glass and Eves comes right over the back. Lester now to the line, and Ronnie is, he's 4 out of 6 from the line.
Ronnie's first is a swish. 7 points for Lester. It is 121-113. Still that way. Second one off the front of the rim. Kicked all over the floor. Grabbed by Danny Shays. And on the outlet pass, Danny Shays got clobbered right on the head by Dwight Jones, who was swatting at the ball. And caught Danny Shays on the noggin instead.
3 on Jones.
Dwight Jones, 3 fouls. 121-113. Going to be Utah ball here with 3:32 to play.
They can't afford to get called for the illegal defense here, Joe. You know they're going to go to the line and shoot the tee. You can cheat a little bit defensively, but you don't want them to stop and give them that ball.
Well, with 9 minutes to go in this game, the Bulls were down by 26. Deflected pass.
Should I give it to him? I got the ball, Joe.
Nice hands, John. You haven't lost that touch over the years.
I was going to take it home to my kids for Christmas.
That was how cleverly I got out of the way.
You were under the table to help you up.
That's right.
Only when the big guys come to the table do I duck.
Green inside to Eves. They call for the trap. Back to Green. Green on the left side. Back out to Eves. 14 on the shot clock. Eves double teamed again. Back to Green. Green on the left side. Uses the Danny Shays screen and missed the shot. Rebound Woolridge. Woolridge down the floor to Theus. Theus left to the forecourt. Eves bumps him. He deals in the baseline. Lester drives and scores.
Watch out, gang. We got a game.
Ronnie Lester with 9. It's 121-115. 3 minutes to go. Up to the timeline, Ricky Green. Over to Dantley. Lob on the right side to Eves. Eves out there. Lobs it back out to Green. Almost shot it over it. Back on the left side to Dantley. Dantley around Lester into the lane. Running hook on the rim. Didn't drop, but he was fouled by Lester.
The only guy they have to worry about on the court at this stage now is Dantley. They got to make him put the ball in from the outside. They go right at him. When he gets the ball, they step right up on him, and he puts it down, drives through the middle, up over the top. He's going to go to the line and add some points here. You cannot make those mistakes at this stage now.
52 for Adrian Dantley. 121-115. Utah with 2:45 to go in the game.
He broke his string of free throws with that technical he shot, Joe.
It's That's right. Dantley puts this one on the iron. No go. 6 points separate these two clubs, and you could have bet the family fortune that wouldn't have happened the way this one was ticking along early in this period.
Well, I did that one time when I thought I was going to have all boys. I had a girl.
Bulls have outscored the Jazz 24-2. And that's 53 points as Dantley hits the second free shot. Now there is timeout with 2:45 to play, and the score is Utah 122, Bulls 115, John.
Well, they've been able to put the cap on Adrian Dantley here for a little bit. He went out with those 50 points. Joey came back and has not been able to get back on his game, but you could almost see the way it was going. Big men for Utah were trying to do all the work. Poquette on the outside, Shays on the outside, and Jeff Wilkins trying to do their scoring from the outside instead of concentrating and trying to get that ball to the hole. Right now, Utah's playing very scared. They're playing ping pong with the ball, the two guards back and forth, and they're trying to get it in to Dantley. But if Dantley gets the ball, make him hit the outside shot. Don't let him put it down and go to the basket.
Run some finals for you. These are all finals of the NBA. Atlanta 80, New York 79, Cleveland 109, Indiana 89, Boston 119, Detroit 112, Washington 115, Dallas 105, Houston 94, San Antonio 93. The other unfinished games in the NBA tonight as San Diego with Phoenix at halftime. They have corrected that score. Originally they had told us that Phoenix was trailing at halftime, and they have not corrected the score. It's Phoenix 57, San Diego 48.
Red or blue, either one. Center, the other guys do the chase, the free side forward, the chase, the
They're going to trap the next time down the floor on defense. That was the color call by Paul Westhead. 2:45 to go in this one. And the Bulls have the ball, trailing by 7. Ball comes into Ronnie Lester. Lester takes the ball into the forecourt. Lester on the left wing across the top of the circle to the right side against Ricky Green. Lester stops out front. Theus in the air. Rim no good. Rebound, Danny Shays. Shays in the backcourt. Sends it out to Ricky Green. 2:28 to play. Green walking the dribble up to the timeline. Over into the forecourt against Ronnie Lester. Double team by Higgins and by Lester. Bounce over to Poquette. Poquette into Shays. Now over to Eves. Eves to the hole. Put it up. Didn't go. But a foul on Reggie Theus, and he fouls out of the game.
He tried to get in front of Eves as they put that press on. It worked for about 21 seconds there. Shays found the man breaking under, and Eves goes to the hoop. Drives right into Reggie Theus. Theus is going to have to join us over here in the sidelines with 2:16 to go.
Now Reggie fouls out with 37 points and 2 minutes and 16 seconds to play. And it'll be Quentin Daly who gets the call, and the rookie from University of San Francisco has 13 points and 1 foul. Paul Westhead sends him to the table, into the ball game. Reggie Theus really led the comeback tonight. During that one span of 15 consecutive points by the Bulls, Reggie popped in 11 of them. Now it's Jerry Eves at the line, and his first rainbow is no go. Eves still at 11 points. Utah playing like they're walking on eggshells. 122-115. Eves left hands another one. He missed them both. Rebound David Greenwood. Out to Lester. Lester into the forecourt. Bulls cannot afford any mistakes. Lester topside to Greenwood, into Woolridge. Woolridge turns to his left against Poquette.
Yes.
Put it in, and he's fouled. 32 for Woolridge.
Very patient that time as they looked around, and they couldn't find Reggie Theus. He was sitting on a bench, but they get it to Orlando Woolridge. In the midst of white jerseys, he goes up over the top of Ben Poquette. Poquette falls out with that one, and Orlando drops it in for his 13th basket of the game, Joe. Yep. He's got another free throw now.
122-117. Woolridge missed the free shot. Rebound, Jeff Wilkins. Wilkins out to Green. Wilkins replaced Poquette. We're down to 2 minutes to go. Wilkins to Green. Right of the lane to Dantley. Top side to Ricky Green. Shot didn't go. Whistle, hold the horn. Loose ball foul under the Chicago hoop. To the Utah hoop on Rod Higgins. His second foul.
Shot was off from the outside, and Danny Shea's trying to get position for the rebound. Went down the baseline and reversed, and Higgins tried to back him out, and he picked up the foul. Shea's at the line now. He's 1 out of 2.
He got 3 very quick fouls in the first quarter, sat out the rest of the first half. 3 total points in the game, and his first free shot is perfect. That's 4 points for Danny Shea. 123-118. The Jazz have a 15-point quarter. 1:50 to play. Shea's missed the second one. Rebound David Greenwood out to Lester. Ronnie Lester quickly into the forecourt. Stops right of the lane. 12-footer. Good!
Yes.
Ronnie Lester with 11. 123-119. Again, it's down to 4. A minute and 38 to go. Green into the forecourt. Gets by Lester. Drops it off the baseline. Wilkins brings it back out to Eves. Eves double teamed outside. Go to Green. Green drives into the lane. Back to Shea's. Got by him. Deflected to Wilkins. He put it up off the rim. No good. Shea's the rebound. Hooks it back up. Blocked. Grabbed by Higgins out to Lester. Lester down the floor. Daly drives over Eves. Gives the ball to Woolridge. Hold the horn. Foul on the shot.
Well, I thought the rookie Quentin Daly was going to get racked by Eves, but he was able to get the ball off here to Orlando Woolridge. Woolridge starts to go up now, makes his move, and Adrian Dantley wraps him across the wrist, and now we're going to have Orlando Woolridge at the free throw line. He picks up 2.
Wilkins ruled the guilty party, and that's 5 on Wilkins.
Yeah, I didn't.
Now he's going to correct it.
That's right. He wasn't anywhere near it.
It's on Dantley.
Dantley was the guy that crossed him right across the wrist, and Woolridge on that last 3-point attempt came up short on a free throw, Joe.
3 fouls on Dantley. And Orlando Woolridge can bring him to within 2. First one, nope. He's missed his last 2.
David Greenwood goes up and he says, okay, just take a deep breath and knock it back in.
Woolridge looking for his 33rd point. 1:15 to play. Orlando missed them both. But Greenwood clobbers the rebound, deals it back into Woolridge. He puts it up. Rim good. Got it the hard way. 34 for Woolridge. 123-121 with a minute and 3 to go in the ball game. Ricky Green into the forecourt to Wilkins. Over to Dantley, back out to Green. Right side to Jerry Eves. Eves, 15-footer. Good! Jerry Eves with 13 points in the ball game. Timeout, Chicago. Timeout with 52 seconds left, John, and it's 125-121.
Oh, brother. I pity those poor people. Call up your buddies that turned it off and tell them to get it back on, or you got 52 seconds to go. A big basket by Jerry Eves from the outside. Orlando Woolridge doing it all here now since Reggie Theus fouled out. Theus fouled out with 2:16 left in the game. 125-121 in a slow, tough fourth quarter scoring-wise for Utah. Eves came down. He just stepped inside the 3-point lane, takes up the slack, pops up the left-hand jumper, and everybody's on pins and needles, and Frank Layden sits down for a minute as his team has a 4-point lead, 125-121.
Now this is, of course, Sports Vision and WIN Radio in Chicago, Illinois, as we are giving you a simulcast report on this game tonight. 50 points. He has 53. Olberding into Lester, gets away from Green. Back to Olberding, right of the lane, 10-footer, no, but he was fouled on the shot by Adrian Dantley. That's 4 fouls on Dantley.
Ronnie was the man that was going to take that ball into the hole, but when it was shut off in front of him, Olberding filled a lane, pulled up with a jumper, and now he has not been to the line.
He has now.
Net, nothing but net, Joe.
Olberding at 70% for the season in his free shot shooting. That's the 7th point. Jazz by 3, could be 2. It is. 8 points for Olberding. Long feed to Green. Here he comes down the right side, driving all the way. Gives to Dantley. 1 bounce. Dantley hooks it up. No. Hold the horn. There's a foul. The Jazz want goaltending as well.
The Bulls want 3 seconds, and the Jazz wants goaltending.
All right. The foul was on Quentin Daly. That's his second.
Ricky Green on a drive. He took Orlando Woolridge to him, flipped it underneath now. You see Daly go up and clobber Adrian Dantley.
Now Well, Dantley now has 2 chances to match his pro high of 55. There are 42 seconds left in the game, and the Jazz lead 125-123. Adrian Dantley hits that first 3 shot on his 54 points. 126-123. Dantley again. Takes a lot of extra time, gives that ball an extra squeeze, and hits it low. 55 for Adrian Dantley, matching his pro single game high. 127-123. Daly, right side, trying to go into Woolridge. Gets it in there. Woolridge turns in a crowd, deals it out to Olberding. Left side, Greenwood lost the ball, but holds the horn. Foul.
Uh-oh, guess who? Number 4, Dantley picks it up. That's his 5th. And programs come sailing out of the stands here. David Greenwood from our location, Joe. It looked like it squirted out of his hand.
Fans are a little hostile here in Salt Lake at the moment.
Orlando Woolridge gave it to Olberding. Olberding gave a good flash. You see the hand quickly flash in, and that's number 5 on Dantley.
Lester will shoot it.
I thought Greenwood should be on the line.
So did I.